the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board. It's December 10, 2020 at 3 p.m. and this meeting is hereby called to order. And at this time, I will ask the clerk to please call the roll and establish quorum and read our video statement.
Angelique Ashby, Larry Carr,
Here.
Sean Farmer,
Here.
Sue Frost,
Here.
Garrett Gatewood, Eric Guetta, Rick Jennings,
Here.
Patrick Kennedy,
Here.
Stephanie Wynn,
Here.
Don Natoli,
Here.
Jeff Slowey, Darren Soon, he's here. Darren Soon,
Here.
Alan Warren. Oh, and Karina Talamontes.
Here.
This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T Uverse cable systems. The meeting is closed captioned and webcast at www.sacmetrocabletv.tv. Today's meeting will be repeated Saturday, December 12 at 4 p.m. and Sunday, December 13th at 4 p.m. on Channel 14. The meeting will also be recorded via Zoom. A DVD copy will be available no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. The full agenda, including reports, is available on the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should raise their hand in the Zoom program. Please speak clearly when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard. Please also note that participation in this teleconference via telephone rather than the Zoom app may result in your telephone number being visible to the public during the live broadcast and later telecast of this meeting.
Thank you, Heather. And at this time, I'll invite everyone to please, if you are in a place where you can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And I do want to mention before we go any further, we were thinking we would move the closed session to the end of the meeting. And so item number 4 will be brought up at the end of the meeting. And at this time, next item, please, Heather.
Item 3.1, Friends of the Sacramento Public Library, Karen Wilson, President.
And we did not have public comment, anyone for public comment, right?
Oh, I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, Karen Wilson, I guess you're up. And I saw you.
Hello.
Yes.
I saw you too.
I saw you in the crowd. How are you?
Great, thanks. Yes, I'm Karen Wilson, President of the Friends of the Sacramento Library. Thanks for having me on the agenda today. And I wanted everybody who's on the Friends to please wave a little bit so everybody knows how many friends are here today. There's Anita. I can't see everybody, but I know many friends have joined us today. And I've been encouraging folks to attend these meetings because this is really where people can see what the library is doing. I think the best. So I hope that everybody waves. Oh, we do have a good crowd today. And I wanted to, Chair Frost, I think this is your last meeting as chair. Is that right? Almost.
I think almost, or I think so. I don't know.
January.
Coming up in January.
Transferring over.
Well, I just wanted to say, as we come to the close of a crazy year, thank you so much for your leadership as chair. And I'm sure neither of us imagined last year when you took over that any of this would have happened. And the libraries are such great unifiers in our community, and it's taken all the leadership that you and the members of the JPA board have had to bring to bear to keep them as accessible as possible. We know that your support has been integral to that, so we wanted to thank you. And I wanted to recognize Donna Zick, who is the library's point person for all of the coming up on 5 years of Book First. Just a few minutes ago, we had to close registration for the literally thousands of volunteers who want to help with Book First this year. Within 24 hours, 100 volunteers signed up to help create book packets for 13,000 first graders. And Donna has been really integral to that, to helping it make it easy for our volunteers to do that. So I wish we had work for every one of those volunteers. We'd put them all to work if we could. Book First is happening this year, and it really is thanks to Donna and Rivka's leadership, and of course all the Friends volunteers. So thank you for that. We look forward to 2021, whatever that brings. We're going to be here.
Thank you, Karen. And I just want to say that it's been an extraordinary year, and I think the heavy lifting with the leadership happened at the library with our library staff and the leadership there, and so I really appreciate everything that you and the Friends of the Library have done during a time when there were all kinds of, open, close. It's just been a horrendous year, and you were there in so many ways. I know because I've heard about it from the library executives. And so your leadership and your Friends of the Library and all the commitment, your special commitment to the library is truly appreciated by the entire board. And we want to thank you for that. And so thank you and also thank you for your regular updates, which keep us informed. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. And I just wanted to say, we tell Rivka every day how great we think she is, but I guess I should say that in front of all of you. The hard work she puts in is apparent to us in the many, many Zoom meetings we participate in with her. She participates with us. So I didn't want to let that go without acknowledging, people are so proud to have Rivka as head of our library system.
I think the board unanimously agrees. And I also want to thank Donna Zick for everything you've done to help out this year with everything. So appreciate your leadership as well.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay, next item, please.
Item 3.2, recognition of outgoing authority board members.
So this year, I have been on so many board meetings, and there are. It seems like this is one of those years where there are a lot of people retiring and moving around, and I guess the library authority is not without some of those. I guess you'd call it sweet sorrow. It's nice. It's nice for those that are leaving and looking forward to retiring, but for those of us who have enjoyed so much working with all of you, it's sad to see you go. We do have 4 members on the Library Authority Board who will not be coming back next year. And I don't know, is Susan Peters here? Susan Peters is one of our members. She is the supervisor who represents District 3 at Sacramento County. She's been a wonderful mentor for me, along with all the other board members, obviously. She has been on the Library Authority Board since 2004, and she's been a champion for library services. She helped get the library on track during the 2008 grand jury findings and saw the library through a lot of change with the refresh with the Fair Oaks Library. So, she's just been a great support for the library system. And so, Susan, I don't know if Susan's here today, but I know I'm sorry to see you go, but wish you well. Jeff Slowey, who is from Citrus Heights City Council, and he's not here today, and I'm sorry for that, because Jeff has been one of my most important friends and mentors in my public service career. He's been on the board for a long time, and even when I was on the City Council in Citrus Heights, Jeff was a dedicated library board member. He loved the library board. And he joined the library board in 2008, just a few months before the grand jury report. And I remember him bringing back those reports of all the tough decisions that you were having to make and how extraordinary it was, the partnership between Sacramento and the county and in getting through that. And he chaired the board in 2015. He's been a key member of the Budget Audit Committee for as long as I think for a long time. And he played an enormous role in helping the library after all the 2008 issues and getting back on track. Larry Carr, he's here with his smiling face. Larry represents Sacramento City District 8, and I've really enjoyed working with you, Larry. I know we all have. Larry joined the board in 2015. He's known for always asking questions that demonstrate how seriously he takes his role on the library board. And his questions, he's one of those guys that has good common sense. So his questions are always he brings up good points. In 2019, Larry led the charge to make the Valley High North Laguna Library more beautiful. And they added LED lighting to the exterior. And I remember the pictures. I know how beautiful it was. Larry, I think you've been a wonderful public servant. I'm sorry to see you go, but I do wish you all the best in your. I hope the golden retirement is wonderful, healthy, everything you dreamed it would be. And I'm going to open this up for board members who might want to say something in just a moment. I just wanted to also thank Alan Warren, who represents the City of Sacramento District 2. And Alan has been on this board since 2015. He's been a strong advocate for the libraries in his district, and we're all going to miss Alan as well. And I don't think Alan is here today. And I know that Rivka has a special place in her heart for all of these folks. And I know that she would probably, Rivka, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know you want to say a few words because you knew these people before I did. So I'll just turn it over to Rivka, and then after Rivka is done, we'll open it up for board members who may wish to have a few comments.
Well, thank you, Sue. I did want to say a few things. And, I frequently say I have the best job in Sacramento, and that job is made possible because of people who actually dedicate their lives to public service, people who are willing to stand for election and stand up for our community. And all of you who are leaving the board are those people. Larry, I loved your questions. I love the fact that you always challenged us to do better. And what a champion you are for District 8. And I remember some of your community meetings where it's obvious that you are so beloved. So you will definitely be missed. And I meant it when I said I thought what you did for the Valley High North Laguna Library to make it more visible and to make it prettier was so important. But as a children's librarian in my heart, I will always be grateful for LeVar Burton Park and the fact that you made that happen for Sacramento. And people don't know it. I saw him once at a conference when I was in Chicago having a drink, watching a football game it was the Super Bowl night. And he walked through the bar and there was only one other librarian and I who recognized him. And he stopped and he allowed us to take pictures with him. And it was magical. And he's such an asset to Sacramento. So thank you for doing that for our community's children. Jeff Slowey and Susan Peters were on the board when I was hired in 2009. And I will always feel grateful for the chance they took on me and allowed me to come in. There are so many things that we needed to address. Dawn, you were there for all of this and before. And, you know, I just appreciate it. And Jeff has a real calm quality, but he understands numbers. And as somebody who appreciates so much Johnny E. and Kurt Baer, who handle our budget, and Jeff's insights to what we need to do and how we need to do it were so valued. And I just feel like he was there every step of this very difficult journey to make sure that we are operating the way we need to operate when it comes to being responsible with the public's money. So it's a loss. It's a loss to have so many of you leave us at this moment in time. It's been a tough year already. So I really wish you all the best. We will be adding books to our collection in your honor. So if there's something special you'd like to see us add, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll choose and you'll have to look for the book plate that has your name in it. But thank you all so much for all you've done for our community and for the library.
And thank you, Rivka. And I don't know if there are any board members who wish to say a couple of
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Don Toley. Yeah, just briefly, certainly I know we've been saying our goodbyes on, as you said earlier, on a number of the boards that we come together on and with city and county representatives. And we had went through this a little earlier today with the Transportation Authority and some of those folks that are leaving and other boards over the last few weeks. But I just want to echo the words that you offered and certainly that Rivka offered as well, because again, the board members and the colleagues that I've had a chance to work with during my tenure and, the four who are, leaving public service, I've had a chance to work with them, in a lot of different realms, but the library is strong because of the leadership of the people who do the work daily, and certainly all the patrons and people in the community who support us. But there's been a few bumps along the road, but we've been I think fortunate to have again good leadership and strong, dedicated library staff throughout the system, and that's helped us one stay together, but also to work through those and to I think be even stronger as we talk about today. But certainly to my colleagues, thank you for your service, and I too will miss you in all the capacities in which we work together, and being really proud of your contributions on this board as well as throughout your service on the elected bodies. And so I just wanted to note too that I think, and I see Darren's on here. I don't know if there's going to be some change out, but I think Darren may be leaving. He's not leaving service. He got reelected, so he's signed up for 4 more. But I think he's leaving the board, so we're going to lose him next year too. I think, Darren, is that right?
Yeah, Don. I didn't want to break the news.
Sorry, I broke the news. You didn't. I did.
Rivka's going to have a heart attack here. We already have 4 going out. You're going to add another one. Well, look, since the cat's out of the bag, I first want to recognize the 4 members that are, are leaving and retiring from service. Thank you for your dedication and hard work. Especially board members Slowey and Peters, who I serve with on here, and SACOG, and Director Slowey, I mean, I've been on the budget committee since I started here, so I've been serving with him, and he's been a great guide and resource and mentor to learn from as well. So I want to congratulate all of you on moving on to the next phase, and hope you will continue to visit us. I say this even though I am stepping off, but I'm still going to be around, and I could come back. So that's a maybe. So anyway, but I want to just take this moment to thank all of you, the library staff, Rivka, Jennifer, working with all of you. It's been a real pleasure. I've learned so much about the Library Authority, and I'm going to miss working on this board, although I'll see a lot of you in the community, I'm sure. So just want to say that. And I'm going to call out my fellow council member here, Vice Mayor Stephanie Nguyen. I don't know if you can hear me, Vice Mayor, but I think you should say something.
I hear you loud and clear, and I think I know why you called me out, and I wasn't going to say anything either. But this is also my last meeting, and I feel really bad. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want it to take it away from both Director Slowey, Director Carr, Peters, and Warren, because they're all such wonderful folks that I've worked with for many, many years. I've worked with Director Carr back when he was with Floor & Road Partnership to a SMUD director. And so it's been a while now that we've worked together in a community. And then Director Slowey as a Citrus Heights council member in the city of Citrus Heights, and I have an office out there. I've gone to his meetings many times. So before we even worked together on this, I already worked with him through his own city. And so, Rivka, Johnny, and Jennifer, like Councilmember Soon, I've learned so much from all of you. I still read books, and I still get my Sacramento Bee newspaper. I don't do it digitally. So I love the library for all the same reasons that you do as well, to an understanding and knowing now that the library does more than just books, right? And so I appreciate everything that everybody does. I certainly enjoyed my time on here. I have to get off because my board meetings happen exactly at the same time. And so sometimes it's a little challenging for me when I have to get off of this board and jump onto the other, or I have to have both at the same time. And so I've learned so much. I truly enjoyed serving with all of you. And this isn't the end, because as I look at all of you here, I continue to work with all of you. And I think, Rivka, I look forward to doing even more with you now that, we're going to be out of this pandemic here soon. There's just so much to be done. And our love for the refugee and immigrant community is going to really need us all to come together and work together. So thank you. Thank you all.
And you guys are getting an upgrade. We've got a new mayor and new council member. And so they're going to be taking our place. So Vice Mayor and I, we thought they would be, it would be great to give them a chance to serve as well. So we're just all trying different things. Vice Mayor has conflicts as well, but I personally, there's a couple other, since we've changeover on the council, there's just an opportunity to try some different things. And I want to give things, some other things a try. So love the library. Keep up the great work, and look forward to working with you in the community. Thank you very much, Rivka, Johnny, Jennifer.
Well, we're going to miss you. We'll miss both of you. And I think sometimes, new minds, fresh ideas are not a bad thing. And it looks like we've got a lot of fresh ideas coming next year. So it'll be good. And I wish you guys all the best at whichever boards you end up on. Are there any other board members who would like to say anything?
May I speak?
Director Farmer. And
thank you, Sue. I just want to say, I was new to this board when I came on. I don't really know a lot of you very well, other than what I see I've seen through these Zoom cameras. I mean, I've only met a handful of you actually in person. The two meetings, I think 2 meetings actually was able to go to live when I came on this. But I just want to say, for those of you that are leaving that have served a long time, as some of you have said, sounds like, you guys have done a tremendous job serving a long time. I'll be honest, when I came on the library board, I thought, okay, library board, what can I take on as a council member? What boards can I serve on? Library is going to be pretty low key. I'll take that one. And it's actually been pretty exciting. I mean, it's pretty, there's a lot of going on at the library. I think Darren's just going to go do something easy like SACOG or something real simple. Library is just a lot to take on. So, but we also have, we are going to be reorganizing our appointments as well. I'll probably continue to serve on this board, as I still have 2 years left in my term, but even though we are reappointing, I'll probably go ahead and take that on. So I'll probably see you guys again next meeting. So again, thank you to all of you that are leaving for your service. And for those of you that are retiring, I think Larry, is Larry the only one that's retiring actually? Or is there someone else that's actually retiring? Well, anyways, so Larry, I wish you success in your retirement, sir. Although I don't know you very well, but good luck with that. And I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sean. And I know Rivka had something to say.
Well, I just want to, I can't use any of the words that are going through my head because this is a public meeting and, I have to be kind, but darn it, Stephanie, Darren, you were chair a couple of years ago. I thought we had a great time.
We did.
We've made so many good things happen. So my heart will slow down in a few minutes and I know it will be okay, but I'm going to miss you too. You've been great to work with.
Thanks, Rivka. Likewise.
You keep us, moving forward. Around. So Karina, I hope you're not going anywhere as the alternate.
I'm here to stay.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you both so much for representing Elk Grove so well and for helping us stay afloat in this very strange, bizarre time. And Sean, it's worth it. Get reappointed. Come back. Thank you.
We want to have you. All right. Anyone else? Okay. I guess
Larry.
Something, Sue.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Larry. Yes.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for the kind words. I am retiring. I'm well into my middle 50 years of life. So it's time to take a look at what else we can do. I will miss the people on this library board tremendously, especially you, Sue. I think we established a special connection. We sat next to each other, not just this board, but many of the boards. And we were able to chat and get to know each other. And I really appreciated that. I really appreciate your friendship.
I feel the same. I hope we don't lose contact.
I won't change my phone number. And I have to admit, Rivka, when I got on the library board, I was skeptical. I said to myself, with the internet, with access to books, magazines, e-blogs, what good is a library in 2020? And you have shown us that it's not just the books, that libraries can do a lot more than just rent out books. And you have shown us that under some very trying circumstances, when you've lost your main librarian at one of your libraries, when you have homeless people camping out in your restrooms and in the street in front of your building, you've shown us how to operate in a compassionate way, in a way that leaves people with dignity while still serving the community. So you opened my eyes, Rivka, to what a library could be. And I think we have a library system that is all that it can be. So thanks, everybody. I will see you. My phone number won't change, and I'll be around Sacramento some.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Miss you. Anyone else? Okay, I did say we were going to leave closed session to the end of the meeting, but I think instead we will we'll need to take up our closed session prior to agenda item 8.2 because there is a contract amendment there after the closed session. So with that, we will skip the item number 4 and move on to item number 5, please.
Item 5.1, executive team report.
In the interest of time, I'll refer the board to my written report, but I want to mention a couple of things. I want to highlight November 3rd and the tremendous, tremendous work that library staff and the Friends of the Library did. It would not have been possible for us to, over the course of that time, collect it was very close to 100,000 ballots over the course of the month of the vote by mail, and people were out every day. There was a volunteer, Alice, who showed up at several different libraries and volunteered, and we heard nothing but positive statements from all of our volunteers. And I want to give a shout out to Anita Scurry from the Ardendemic Friends and the System Friends Board. She alerted us to a volunteer sign up software that we used, Sign Up Genius. It was an incredible day, and it was run with military-like precision, and that's thanks to Kathy Crosswaite. It's thanks to all the library staff. Paula Stevens-Pike, who supervises our logistics department, had things out. Our guys were out at like 5 a.m. on election day. It was amazing, and it was all the library staff, all the public services staff, the Friends. And it just makes me so proud. I was a political science major, so voting is important to me. What we do in our community, what libraries do to contribute is important to me. And it really took a whole lot of people to make that happen. And I just want to thank everybody, staff, the Friends, our crews. It was amazing. We collected about 24% of the ballots that were brought in by mail. So, the library tries to be there for everybody. And I'm really proud. I'm really proud of us for doing this. So thank you so much. And that's my report. I also want to mention that this Sunday is the annual Jane Austen Tea. It's virtual. You have to provide your own tea, but there will be dancing on Zoom. And the other thing that I want to mention is that Natalie Jenner, who wrote the best-selling book, The Jane Austen Society, it's been a big hit this year in 2020, is our guest speaker. And if nothing else, the lesson I learned is if you want to get somebody amazing to speak at a library, try asking them. I sent her an email saying, would you be our speaker for our Jane Austen Tea? And kind of like Madeleine Albright, she said yes. So we're very, very pleased. And join us if you can. It's Sunday afternoon. It'll be fun.
Wow, that's great. And now I know where you got your diplomacy, political science major. Okay, great, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Rivka? If not, we'll move forward. We do have some informational items. I'll let the clerk read that into the record. And does anyone have any questions regarding the information items?
Item 6, information.
No questions, and so we'll move on to the next item, please.
Item 7, consent.
And I wonder if anyone has any questions regarding consent items you would like to pull, or do we have a motion for approval for consent?
I move approval of the consent calendar. Larry Carr.
I'll second. Karina Telemontes.
Okay, motion by Director Carr and second by Director Talamontes. And if the clerk would please call the roll call vote, please.
Larry Carr,
Aye.
Sean Farmer,
Aye.
Sue Frost,
Aye.
Rick Jennings,
Aye.
Patrick Kennedy, Stephanie Wynn,
Yes.
Don,
I'm sorry, Patrick Kennedy is an aye. I couldn't find the button.
okay,
Just push the button, Patrick.
Don Natoli,
Aye.
Darren Soon,
Aye.
Karina Talamontes.
Aye.
Motion passed with all members present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item, 8.1 Annual Audit Report, Fiscal Year 2019 to 20.
I believe our favorite money guy, Johnny, is going to give a report. See, Jared, are you trying to talk, or I'm
No, I'm just seeing if we can get Johnny's audio.
Hey, Heather, may I get the share screen, please, for Jared?
Go for it, Johnny.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. So thank you, Chair Frost and members of the board. Before we talk about the audit, I'd like to also thank the board members that are retiring and leaving the authority board for all the challenges. So again, thank you for asking all the many questions and throughout the budget audit committee meetings and also the authority board meeting. So what a way to end the fiscal year and looking at the audit. This is the fiscal year audit for 2019 and 20. And I'm happy to report that we had another successful year in close. The audit went as well as it could be in light of all the COVID-19 challenges. We did have a remote/hybrid audit. The auditors were on site for a couple of days, and most of our work were done electronically via Zoom, and also submitting reports to them through the cloud portal and within the systems. So when they were on site, we made sure that the auditors social distance, and with our staff, they had to mask up, just to make sure everybody is, just to keep everybody as safe as possible. So the end result was an unqualified audit opinion, and this indicates that we are in compliance with the Governmental Accounting Standards Board and generally accepted accounting principles. We also had good internal controls, and there were no audit findings. The scope of the audit was consistent with our engagement letter. There were no disagreements with management, and there were no major issues discussed. The financial statements, as you recall, it's presented on the two bases of accounting. The modified accrual basis, which is for the governmental funds, it focuses on current available resources, and also we also present under the full accrual basis of accounting, and this is mainly for the government-wide statements. It captures all available resources. It's very similar to the private sector, which includes capital assets and long-term liabilities, such as pension, OPEB, and compensated absences. And so we'll take a look at the numbers. So financial statements at the end of June 30th, 2020. So on page 11 of the audit report, the general fund ended the year at $6.7 million. County of Sacramento ended the year at $24.1 million. City of Sacramento fund at $7.8 million. And City of Sacramento parcel tax funds Measure X and Measure B combined, with an ending fund balance of 4.9 million. And we also have a non-major fund on page 12 of the audit report. This is the Moore Trust. So that fund ended the year at close to $300,000. So our total fund balance combined was 43.8 million within the governmental funds. And then also, as you are familiar with the other agencies, there are pension liabilities that are recorded on the financial statements. This is in compliance with GASB 68 and 71. So on page 12 of the audit report, we recorded a net pension liability of 18.3 million and related deferred inflows and outflows of 4.8 and a little bit over 500,000 respectively. So these numbers change from year to year based on actuarial assumptions and changes in the report. So last year we actually had a decrease, and this year it went from 16.8 million to 18.3 million. So again, this is recorded in the government-wide statement only, and so it's not recorded in the governmental funds. And OPEB is also another big liability, as you know, from your county or different city agencies. So for the library, we recorded an OPEB liability of 8.1 million, and also related deferred inflows and outflows of 300,000 and 125,000. So this number increased from the prior year, going from 7.8 million to 8.1 million. And again, the numbers fluctuate depending on the changes in discount rates and the actuarial assumptions and changes. So last year we actually had a decrease, and then this year it went from 7.8 to 8.1. So it goes up and down depending on the situation. So looking at the two different basis of accounting. So this screen here gives you a better or simple picture of the modified accrual versus the full accrual basis of accounting. So under the modified accrual, these are all the governmental funds. So we have general fund, 6.7 million, county of Sacramento, city of Sacramento, and so forth. So the combined fund balance is 43.8 million. And on the right-hand side, looking at the full accrual basis of accounting. So again, full accrual is capturing all of the available resources. So this includes capital assets, long-term liabilities such as pension, other post-employment benefits, and accrued compensated absences. So once you factor in all the long-term liabilities, when you look at the yellow numbers comparing 24.1 million to 10.5, so this number is including all of the long-term liabilities. So 10.5 for the county branches, so that's the county fund, and 854,000 for City of Sacramento fund, and parcel tax combined of 1.7 million. So this is, again, capturing all of our liabilities. Whereas on the modified accrual side, this is not including long-term liabilities. So there's a big difference, but this is mainly the accounting standards that we need to show what the government funds look like and what it would look like if we included all of our long-term liabilities as well too. So any questions so far?
I have a question, Johnny, on the pension. Did they change the assumptions and that's why it went down, or why it went up because they changed the revenue assumptions? Or they changed assumptions, so it depends on the POS actuary. So depending on mortality rates, the discount rates, the number of people retiring, number of people adding to the system. So as you know, we
CalPERS changed lowered the discount rate from 7.25 to their goal is to lower to about 7%. So that means interest income is lowered on their end, so therefore the liability is going to increase slightly. So year after year, it's going to change, up and down depending on the assumptions.
For several reasons, it'll move
Right.
around. Okay.
Yeah,
thanks.
I mean, looking at compared to last year, the prior year we actually went down compared to 18, and then so now comparing 19 to 20, it went up slightly. So it'll kind of fluctuate up and down depending on the situation.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then also looking at the County of Sacramento, the Supplemental Fund, as you'll recall, we put the mid-year budget together this past spring, and in light of COVID-19 and the closures and everything else that went on, the Finance Advisory Committee, the Budget Audit Committee, and the Authority Board concurred that we hold off on allocating any additional supplemental funds to the fund balances for the county side. So these numbers remain unchanged from 2019 for a total of $385,000. So now that we've concluded the audit, we'll be meeting with the Finance Advisory Committee again in January to go through the numbers, to look at the supplemental fund allocation. And, with the ongoing uncertainties with COVID-19 and the pandemic, it's likely that we'll recommend not allocating any additional funds to the supplemental fund once again. So there's still lots of uncertainties. Property tax looks very promising, but as you know, sales tax on the city side, TOT, other general fund monies that the city receive, there's possible downfalls on those sides. So we want to make sure that we have a better understanding of the pandemic, COVID-19, before we recommend any additional allocation to the supplemental fund. So this number has been carried over from 2019 at $385,000, and then once we meet, we'll bring it back to the board for recommendations and approval as well. Attachment A, this is the governance letter. It's mainly a communication letter from the auditor to the authority board. So again, there were no difficulties in performing the audit, despite the challenges of social distancing and making sure that we mask up and keeping each other as safe as possible. There were no disagreements with management, and the books are clean. So meaning that the books are clean is a great thing. I know we clean our books, but this is also the financials are in great shape, and also we are in compliance with all of the accounting standards and requirements that we need to follow. Management letter, again, there were no reportable issues identified, so no audit findings, no major issues. And again, this stems back to the hard work of the finance staff that we have. We have such a great team that knows their responsibilities. And I think Director Farmer mentioned that when I first joined the library, I thought it's going to be really simple and easy as well too. But there are many different little nuances that we need to know and follow when it comes to governmental funds and accounting. So, with the great leadership of Rivka and the Budget Audit Committee, the Finance Advisory Committee, and also the Authority Board. So I want to thank everybody for putting us in a position where we are, and putting us in a good shape where, in spite of the pandemic and the uncertainties, we feel pretty comfortable with our fund balances, our reserve policy that we adopted last year. So that really helps. So I think going forward, the next couple of years, there's uncertainties, but I feel pretty good about our numbers and our finances. So that concludes the report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have any questions on the details. There's lots of pages, but I don't want to bore you with all the numbers.
I don't see all the faces anymore because of the page on the screen. So you might want to speak out if you have questions, maybe, or raise your hand in the under participants. It'll at the bottom, you can raise your hand. And I don't see any hands raised at this time. And so I just want to say, Johnny, that I love the way you present the budget. It makes it so easy for us to not only to understand it, but to see the good, bad, and the, we can see it under all circumstance, which makes us feel really comfortable when we're trying to plan for the future. And I know this has been a kind of a hard year because there were some really hard decisions for the board to make during March and April around the whole COVID shutdown. And we had to think about, how much money do we have and what can we do to make sure that the entire library system is whole in the coming year or two after COVID. And here we are entering 2021 and we're still dealing with COVID. So it's nice to know that you all have done such a great job in managing the budget and helping us with these decisions. And we really appreciate your leadership and your hard work. And so at this time, if we have no questions, I'll entertain a motion for approval of the annual audit.
So moved.
I believe that was Director Soon.
Yes.
Moved.
Jennings will second that.
Okay, I heard Director Jennings, although Director Carr might have seconded, but we'll go with Jennings because he.
No, please let Brother Carr.
Okay, Brother Carr.
Please, on his final meeting, please let him take the second, please.
I will. Thank you, Director Jennings.
Go with Rick. He's an up and comer.
Second by Director Carr. And if the clerk will please call the roll call vote.
Larry Carr.
Aye.
Sean Farmer.
Aye.
Sue Frost.
Aye.
Rick Jennings.
Aye.
Patrick Kennedy.
Aye.
Stephanie Nguyen.
Yes.
Don Natoli.
Aye.
Darren Soon.
Aye.
Karina Talamantes.
Aye.
Motion passes with 9 members present.
That was a great audit report. Good job on that. Okay, at this time, we are going to adjourn to closed session. And I believe Jared is probably the man that's going to take us there.
We'll both try. Item 4, closed session, and I'll start the break.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. I don't believe do we need to call a roll coming back from closed session? Heather?
I don't think we've ever done that before.
I think we're fine.
Okay, so at this time, we've just finished our closed session. I'll ask our legal counsel if there's a report out.
No reportable action was taken in closed session.
Okay, and we'll move to the next item, which is 8.2, please.
Item 8.2, contract amendment, library director.
Okay, and
I can present this item if it's helpful. And so at the end of December, the library director's current contract is set to expire. And so this item was put on the agenda as a placeholder in the event that the board wanted to extend her contract and make any modifications to it. So this would be if anyone has anything to offer.
Okay, I think I'll just start out unless someone else has. I'll start out since no one else is, and that my recommendation is that I would welcome an opportunity to extend Rivka's contract, and also to give her the same compensation increase that everyone else got, which is 2%.
Madam Chair, are you suggesting a term for the extension?
I was thinking 1 year, but 1 year to the end of December 2021.
Okay.
I second that motion, Karina.
Okay, we have do we have any discussion from any of the board members? Yes, Director Farmer.
Just a quick question. There was some discussion about her needing to stay on depending on the recruitment process and how that went. So if we put a definitive time frame on the contract, is there any verbiage in the contract that says that we can, do month to month if it happens to go beyond, or what? I'm just curious about that part of it.
The current language of the contract says that that the board will notify the director at the end of September in terms of whether or not they're going to extend it further. So I suspect that we will know a lot more about the progress of a recruitment before that time, and we can bring back an item later if we need to. But that's kind of the standard language that's in the contract already.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Any other comments or questions? If not, we have a motion and a second by Frost and Talamontes respectively. And if you'll call the roll call vote, please.
Larry Carr.
Oops. Oh, I was just going to see if we had any public comment before we.
Oh,
sorry.
Heather, do we have any public comments?
I don't see any hands up. No.
Can you please read the motion back before we vote? The exact verbiage of it.
I made a motion to approve an amendment to extend our library director's contract for 1 year to the end of 2021, December 2021, and give her a wage increase of 2%.
Just to clarify, a 2% wage increase consistent with what other employees were getting, or
yeah,
right?
Consistent with what the library authority employees got. Okay. Any other comments or questions? If not, a roll call vote, please.
Larry Carr. See here. Larry Carr. Sean Farmer.
Aye.
Sue Frost.
Aye.
Rick Jennings.
Aye.
Patrick Kennedy.
Aye.
Stephanie Wynn.
Aye.
Don Natoli.
Aye.
Darren Soon.
Aye.
Karina Talamontes.
Aye.
And Larry Carr. Looks like he's not in. So it's motion passes with 8 members present.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I just want to say, Rivka, thank you so much for your service over the years. Thank you for being willing to stay, and to extend your contract, to work with us with some recruitment, and we are thrilled to have you and hope you never leave. But
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Frost. I'm grateful to be here. I love this place. I love this library. I love the work we do, and I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, next item, please.
And that's it.
Okay, do we have any reports, ideas, questions from board members? If not, Rivka, did you have anything final before we close the meeting out?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Thank you.
Okay, I did want to close in memory of Amber Clark, who was the supervisor of our North Natomas Library branch. She had been a supervisor in several, actually, of our branches, and she was a superstar she was just an amazing person. And she was murdered 2 years ago, and tomorrow is the second anniversary of her tragic death. And I just want to say we miss her, and we hope for justice. And I wanted to close our meeting tonight in memory of Amber Clark.
Thank you.
And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.